All right, guys, I have my first ever tag submission reveal for you today. This has been an interesting journey, to say the least, and I'm not exactly sure to feel how I feel about it. There are some positives, there's some negatives. I'm going to share everything with you guys and let you know my experience with my first ever submission. The first thing I will say, this was very quick turnaround on this particular order. About 6 weeks. So I paid for the basic service level, which is $22 per card. It got there on the 19th of February, and today is April 1st. I got it back in hand. So that is about 6 weeks door to door, roughly speaking. I'm very happy with that. That's great. I'm not going to complain about that at all. The one thing I will complain about, though, is I also sent an order with one card at $39 service level, which is their standard service level. I sent that in at the same exact time in the same exact package, expecting to get that card back first, hoping to see exactly what they had going on. It's a bigger card. I wanted to get it back fast, and there were a couple little tiny issues. I wanted to see how they graded those. But this order popped first, and my Gardevoir is still there at tag. And as a matter of fact, it was supposed to be a 15 business day turnaround for the Gardevoir, and I got this 30-day turnaround back before the Gardevoir, even the grades have popped. I honestly, I know the grades on this tag submission because I was very curious to see how everything went. Grade-wise, I'm pretty happy. There are a few things in here that I don't personally agree with, but the computer shows exactly what you have on the card, and super transparent, and I absolutely love that. Again, there's benefits to this service, but I'm very confused on why I paid a higher service level and got the cards back slower than the slower service level. So I have reached out to Tag. I am talking to their AI bot and hoping to get in touch with a teammate. That's what it says, waiting for teammate. Well, it's been a day and a half, maybe 2 days ago that I reached out to them to see what is going on with my card. It moved through the process. It shows you exactly where it is staged in the process of grading, and it has been stuck twice now. This is the second spot where it's gotten stuck. It's stuck in the slab stage now. It was stuck before in QC. So I'm hoping there is no damage. Who knows? I can't reach out to anybody. I haven't dug in to see if there's a phone number to call, but I'm guessing this is about the best thing I can do is send them a message, and I created a ticket and wait for a response. I don't know. But anyways, that's besides the point on this particular order. Let's get into the grades. All right, now that all that somewhat complaining is out of the way, let's get into the grades here. One thing I will say, I love the dig report that they do with this grading service. It shows you your exact card, and it shows you the defects that you have on the card. I love that. It is so nice. It's so transparent, and you don't have to pay for an extra fee to get that. Very well priced, I would say, for the service that you get. Now, this is the first order that I've ever gotten. They actually sent in some graded card sleeves, so that's great. I actually chose not to get the packaging that they do. They do like a pack where you rip the pack open to reveal the grade. I knew what the grades were, so I decided not to get that. Now, I'll be curious to see if inside here, if they did it anyways. So we'll see. We'll see right now. Excellent packaging. This is very well presented, and I'm excited about getting into this. Okay, they did not. They did exactly what I was hoping for. They sent them unwrapped, and I didn't want the wrap because it looked like the wrap was really difficult to check or to open up, and I wanted to see what the grades were going to be anyways. So Yeah, looks like it's well packaged, and yeah, all right, let's get into this. Now I won't know exactly, I'm knocking cards over in my background here. I won't know exactly what order these are in, so it looks like they might be in order of my submission. We'll see. Nice little sticker that I'll be putting on somewhere. All right, so I believe this is the first time I've actually handled a tag slab as well, so I will be checking that out as well. But we're gonna start off with a great banger here. Okay, I am gonna move these off to the side so you guys don't see what the grades are, but got a 10 right off the rip. So everything I sent in on this order, I expected to be a 9. I slipped a couple of 9/10s according to my grading style, or my grading standards, I guess. And those standards are based off of PSA. So I will say, this order, it seems like centering is even more difficult with tag than it is with PSA. Not this particular card, obviously. This is really well centered up. But I went through the order and I saw some of the 9s, and a couple of the 9s were for centering, and their standards are 45, 55. And I have one particular card in here that got 46, 54 centering, and that knocked me down a grade. Now, that's good to know. So typically what I do is I have a really good eye for it, and I am just sending in stuff that I feel is very close to being that 45, 55, and I'm not actually taking out a centering tool on every card that I get in or that I send in myself, because I have such a good eye for it. Now, clearly, I missed that because it's very close to 45, 55. And that one slight little off center, I mean the slightest, that's as slight as you can possibly get. I mean, it's as close to a 10 range as you can get. And it actually knocked me down a full grade. So that is good information to have. I will be using centering tool every single time for every single card that I am getting in to send into tag, knowing that information. As a matter of fact, I most likely will be going forward with PSA. I'll be doing the same thing. I've been playing around with it, and their centering's gotten a lot tighter, and I feel like I'm gonna have to just have to play the game and do the centering tool on every card. So I actually have a new one coming in. My old one's pretty buffed up and it's not in the best shape, so I got a new one coming in. Anyways, back to this order. We're starting off with a 10. This is a sweet card. I love the Japanese foil. You can see the foil through the slab. It looks excellent. I really like the fact that their slab is clear all the way through. It really shows the card off, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm hoping that these guys can turn into my major go-to. And as honestly, the retail value on their slabs is very comparable to PSA. The only thing I'm worried about is the liquidity. So hopefully their liquidity can move through exactly the same way that it does with PSA. I will keep that in mind and let you know what I come up with. All right, let's move on to another nice card here. This is another 10, and this is a sweet card, Charizard X. I love this out of the UPC, and the next card is actually coming from the UPC as well, and it is the Oricorio and Shinji Kanja art. This is a beautiful card. Got her in a 10. Okay, this one is an interesting one. This one I actually thought was pretty close to being off center and too far off center. Clearly you can see that this is a little bit wider than this over here, and I will pull up the dig report off to the side here so that I can see exactly what they had this as for grading or for centering and tell you what they thought about it. I'm going to pull it up off screen here and tell you it is exactly 55.45. So that is as close as you can get, and everything else about this card was clean. So this is one that I sent in knowing that centering was slightly off, and I wanted to see what they came up with, and they came up with a 10, and I had it on the edge, 9/10, and I'm very happy with having that as a 10. I'm going to go back here and see if I can pull up my next card, because it is a 9, and I'm going to pull up the dig report on this one as well. So this is a 9. Same thing here, a little bit off center, left to right. This right is a little bit thicker. I believe that was the only issue that they found with it, and I'll scroll down here and tell you that it is the 3rd highest ranked 9 in this that have been graded. That's one thing that's really cool, is it shows you like a ranking system of each card that you have. So you could have the highest graded card, and it could always change, but it really could add another premium to the card itself if you have the highest rated card in the whole set. I love that about it. Okay, this is the card right here, actually. Okay, this centering is 44.56. So it is just barely outside of their restrictions, and it got knocked down to the 9. So they are very particular about centering, and I'll tell you what, when you have it at 44.56, if it knocks it down to a 9, that tells you right there, you got to have it centered. Yeah, no other issues with this card other than the centering, and here we go. That is a 9. Now, would this be a 10 with PSA? It's very possible. Most of the guys that are looking through these cards at PSA, they're holding it in hand, and I doubt that they're pulling a grading tool out. They're doing the same thing that I was doing. They were just eyeballing it and saying, yeah, that's a little bit off center, but man, the rest of the card's really clean, so I think we're going to give it a 10. I don't know, maybe. Or it maybe they'd be like, oh, that is off center. How far off center is it? They'll grab the tool and check. But this is good information to have. All right, I'm not going to pull the dig report. I'm going to kind of fly through these the rest of the way. This is a 9. Well, I say that. Now look at the centering on this. This is pretty well centered up. I want to pull this up really quick. I'm going to look at it. Okay, this is centering. No, it is not centering. It's surface. Okay, the back surface. So, back surface, they say, has a surface scratch. Now, let's see if we can find it. It is supposed to be the top left corner. Back top left. Oh, and I see it. Interesting. It's like an impression. Now, I don't think that was there, man. It runs all the way through the card. I can certainly see it. And there is a little bit of a imprint right there. Wow, interesting. That makes me nervous that they may have damaged it, because I don't believe that was on the card to begin with. I don't have any proof. I probably should have I did record everything, but I didn't show exactly what was going on with each card. Okay, there's that scratch. I certainly can see it. And it's plain as day, and I don't think I would have sent this in. Maybe, unless I was testing it. I don't think I was, though. All right. It almost looks to me like it was, like, crimped. Very interesting. Okay, well, anyways, let's move on. We're moving on to another 10. This is a sweet card. Love the art on this. Got a 10. All right, next up we got a 9 on the Marshadow with the Pikachu in the front. Okay, let's pull the dig report. I wasn't going to pull the dig report on every one of them, but I'm curious on these 9s. Let's take a look. Okay, centering is the issue. 47.53. Okay, so it is saying that it is a little right heavy. Boy. All right, let's move on. I'm going to process this and see what I think about all this. and maybe I'll make another update video afterwards. This is supposed to just be a quick video, and it's turning into a little bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. All right, let's move on. We got another one here. This is another 9, and I can tell you it is off center. It's got a little bit of thicker border over here on the left-hand side. I'm guessing that's what the issue was, and second highest 9. That's cool. And yes, 5644 centering. Very close, but not close enough. That is off center. Got it, the 9. We're going to close it off. We got 2 more here. We got a 10 here. And then we got another 9. I will pull up the dig report on this as well and see what the issue was here. If I remember right, there was a back issue on this card. If I remember looking at it correctly. Let's see. Centering, yeah, 5248, so it's very centered up. Back surface issue. All right, it is the back top left. So let's see, what is the issue here? Surface play and wear. Boy. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I really don't. Okay. Well, that is interesting. Very interesting. We would hope that a computer is a little less subjective than the human eye. Clearly, I have a human eye as well. So, I mean, maybe that is maybe up there. A little bit of an imprint. Maybe. I don't know, man. So this card here in particular, and then this card here, I would say I don't agree with what the computer analysis had to say. I don't think that is off center, man. And I don't think there's any play on the top corner or top left. Top back, top left. Okay, well, an interesting experience for sure. Would I say that I would use them again? Yes. Quick turnaround time is nice, but I will say, I'm going to say they still make mistakes. I'm going to say that they still make mistakes, and that's just got to be played into everything that you're doing. So if you're going to send cards into tag, they better be perfect. That's what I will say, which is the case with PSA nowadays too. So, okay, well, interesting ride with tag. I would imagine I'll keep using them. I'll keep you guys in the loop, and maybe we'll send in another submission here before too long. Looking forward to get that Gardevoir back. I'll let you guys know what I come up with. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.